sis, is it true you're dating a private practice doctor? How come I never heard about you having a boyfriend? I don't need to report every time I get a boyfriend to my family. And where did you even hear this from? Mom mentioned seeing you with someone at the shopping mall last weekend. So you're asking because Mom saw me? Well, I did some digging after that, asked around, found out he's a doctor with his own practice. You know how long it took me to find this out? I had to ask literally everyone. You've been investigating my personal life? Of course, that's what sisters do. Why are you being so secretive? Come on, we used to tell each other everything. Remember when we were kids and shared all our secrets? It's called having boundaries, Rachel. Since when did you get so private? Is it because of what happened with your last boyfriend? This has nothing to do with that. Why wouldn't you tell me something this important? I always tell everyone in the family about my relationships. Actually, I admire you for that. You announce a new boyfriend, then 3 days later announce the breakup, and a few days after that, announce another new boyfriend. I'm impressed you can make those announcements to the family every time. Hey, that's mean. At least I'm honest about my relationships, and they don't all end that quickly. Some last at least a week. There is a difference between being honest and oversharing. Well, when you get a boyfriend, it's exciting. You want to tell everyone, friends, family, anyone who will listen. Why are you trying to hide it? I'm not trying to hide anything. I just didn't think it was necessary to announce it. Not necessary? It's a doctor. Do you know how many girls would kill for a doctor boyfriend? That's exactly why I didn't want to announce it. Come on, how long have you been dating? Give me some details about him. Just for a few months, that's all you need to know. A few months? And you never told me? What else are you hiding? Does he have a nice car? What kind of house does he live in? Rachel, please stop. Yeah, right. You're hiding him because he's a private practice doctor. A total catch. You know, I have a big mouth and tell everyone everything, so you were worried someone might steal him away. That's really not it, and I've never thought of him as a catch just because he's a private practice doctor. Don't play dumb with me. I know these things. What do you mean? Oh, come on, sis. Private practice doctors make tons of money, right? So your boyfriend must be loaded. I've heard doctors work really hard for not that much money. Honestly, they're not that different from regular corporate employees. But private practice doctors are basically CEOs. I heard they're super rich. My friend's cousin married one and they live in a huge house, even with a big pool. Well, some might be rich, but the reality is quite different. It's not as glamorous as you think. Stop being so modest about it. You caught yourself a rich one. You're not listening to what I'm saying. But with money, you can handle any difficulties, right? Hey, what kind of dates do you go on? I bet it's a fancy restaurant every time. And overseas trips, too, all on his dime. Tell me about the restaurants. Have you been to that new place downtown, the one with the gold leaf desserts? We don't do anything that extravagant, and he doesn't have time for it anyway. He's really busy trying to stabilize his practice. When we do manage to find time, we just watch movies or walk in the park. What? Movies and parks? Oh, that's so boring. You must go shopping at designer stores too, right? No, we don't. Don't try and fool me with such obvious lies. No way someone with money would go on such ordinary dates. Tell me the truth. What are you hiding? Is he secretly taking you on helicopter rides? No, I'm not lying. That's really how it is. You're being really stingy with details. What's his name? Where's his clinic? I don't think I should share that information. I won't fall for those words. Man, I want a rich boyfriend too. I've been trying so hard at mixers, but I can't find anyone good. How come you get a catch when you're not even trying? You're not even that pretty compared to me. What? Excuse me? Well, it's true. I put so much more effort into my appearance. I spend hours on makeup and my outfits are always on point. That's really inappropriate to say. Hey, are you thinking about marriage with him? Like, are you close to getting married? Well, we started dating with marriage in mind, but lately we've had some differences, so marriage is probably still far off. Oh, really? What kind of differences? Well, that's personal. I'm not going to tell you. So that means you two are not that close yet? Oh, well, that's good to know. Oh, don't mind me, just talking to myself. Well, see you. Rachel, what are you planning? Nothing, just curious about my sister's love life. Can't a sister be interested? Don't be so suspicious. Rachel, gotta go, bye. Rachel, whatever you're thinking of doing, you should not listening. Bye, sis.
Sarah, can we talk?
Sure, what's up? You've been distant lately.
I want to get married soon.
Oh, is this a proposal?
No, this is a breakup. I'm marrying Rachel, so I need you to break up with me.
What? Who's Rachel?
She's your sister. Actually, we've been dating for a while.
What? You've been dating my sister? This is some kind of joke, right?
I need to be honest with you.
Honest? Now you want to be honest? How is this happening?
I've finally made up my mind. I want to marry Rachel. I want her to be my wife.
Wait. This makes no sense. Why are you dating my sister? You said for a while. Exactly how long has this been going on?
For about 2 months, Rachel contacted me directly.
What?
She messaged me on social media.
And you just started dating her? Just like that? While dating me?
It was right after that big fight we had. I went out to dinner with her on impulse, and she turned out to be incredibly cute and so understanding about my work.
The fight about the clinic's finances?
Yes, that one.
So because I was worried about your financial decisions, you decided to date my sister? The sister who doesn't even understand how a clinic works?
She supports my vision.
Your vision of running the clinic into the ground? So you're dumping me for Rachel. That's not a valid excuse for cheating.
I didn't plan for this to happen.
But you let it happen for 2 months while pretending everything was fine with me.
I know, but nothing you say will change my mind. Rachel is the right wife for me, not someone like you.
Excuse me? What exactly does that mean?
You're always questioning my decisions about the clinic.
Because I care about your future. Because I actually understand business.
Look, I did consider marriage with you, but lately we've been fighting and miscommunicating a lot. If we're like this before marriage, we just end up divorced. Better to end it cleanly now.
Cleanly? You call this clean? This is not an acceptable way to end things. I have been supporting you all this time, and this is how you repay me? With betrayal?
Rachel supports me unconditionally.
She doesn't know anything about running a clinic. She just wants the title of doctor's wife.
Thanks for the support until now, but I have Rachel now, so I don't need you anymore. We were never officially engaged anyway, so no need for compensation. Good thing we can break up without any financial complications.
What? Are you seriously talking about financial complications right now?
I mean, you can't claim any part of the clinic.
I wouldn't want to. Is that what you were worried about? That I'd try to claim part of your failing clinic? I definitely don't want anything to do with that.
To spare your feelings, I won't invite you to our wedding, but from now on, please, think of me as your brother-in-law.
Huh? Are you serious right now? Think of you as a brother-in-law after cheating on me with my sister?
Completely serious. Rachel and I are getting married.
After only 2 months? You don't even know her.
When you know, you know.
No, believe me, you don't know her at all. You just know she doesn't question your decisions.
I know enough. She believes in me completely.
Unlike me, who questions your reckless decisions?
Exactly. She understands my vision.
She understands nothing about the reality of your situation, and you're taking advantage of that.
I've made my decision, Sarah.
A decision to ruin both of your lives? You're making a huge mistake. You'll regret this.
That's not for you to judge. Please respect our choice.
Respect? After you cheated on me with my sister? After lying to me for months?
I'm trying to handle this maturely.
There is nothing mature about what either of you have done. You're both acting like children.
I should go now. Rachel is waiting for me.
Of course she is. Go ahead, run away from this conversation too.
I did what I came to do.
Yes, you certainly did. Congratulations on your engagement. I hope you're both very happy together.
Sarah!
Don't message me again. You heard from Thomas already, right? Sorry about that. Sorry for stealing your rich boyfriend. I never thought my own sister would steal my boyfriend. I didn't realize my sister was such a terrible person. Hey, don't be so dramatic. These things happen. Not between sisters, they don't. It's not like you were engaged, and he chose me. How could you even think about dating him? It's survival of the fittest in this world. If you got your man stolen, it's your own fault. Just forgive me. Excuse me? My fault? Come on, you can't blame me for taking an opportunity. He wasn't happy with you anyway. You were always criticizing him. An opportunity to betray your sister? To destroy our relationship? This happens all the time at mixers. If you don't snag the guy you want quickly, someone else will. You should know how dating works by now. The good ones get taken fast. So because you always get your men stolen at mixers, you decided to steal from your sister instead? That's not what I meant. Stop twisting my words. Then what did you mean? I just mean you have to act fast. You can't expect a guy like Thomas to wait forever. You are quite the hyena, aren't you? Hey, I'm not always getting stolen from. Actually, I'm quite popular. I've had dozens more boyfriends than you, but Thomas is the biggest catch of them all. And he likes me better than you. He says I'm more fun, more supportive. And that justifies betraying me, your own sister? But you weren't moving fast enough with him. You were too busy nagging him about his business. He needs someone who believes in him. So you got jealous and stole him? Where did your morals go? Like I said, it's your fault for letting him get stolen. I honestly thought he'd reject me since I'm his girlfriend's sister. I contacted him as a long shot, but surprisingly, he was totally into it. How could I not take that chance? He responded right away. We really connected. You could have been a decent human being. You could have been a sister. You're just bitter because he chose me, because he likes me better, because I'm more his type. Right, I forgot. You're not the only one lacking morals. Look, I'm sorry, but Thomas and I are truly in love now. Sure, it started with me stealing him, and it's not exactly a pure beginning, but our love is real. We just click. It's like destiny. After 2 months. That's not love, that's infatuation. Sometimes you just know, like in those romance movies. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Truly in love, huh? So you're really planning to marry Thomas? Of course, I'm going to live a luxurious life as a private practice doctor's wife. We'll have a big house and fancy cars and vacation homes. Is that all you care about? The money and status? Don't act like you don't think about that too. That's why you dated him. You really don't understand anything. Being a private practice doctor's wife isn't that simple. You won't be able to support him with that attitude. What's there to understand? He makes money. I spend it. That's what doctors' wives do. I've seen it in dramas. You're delusional. This isn't a TV show. Oh, so you think you could support him better? Don't get cocky. You're the loser who got dumped. Excuse me? At least I wasn't desperate enough to steal my sister's boyfriend. You heard me. You're just jealous because I won. Won what exactly? The prize of being a cheater's wife? You seem pretty desperate to get Thomas back, but it's useless. He's crazy about me. He proposed and we've already submitted our marriage registration. What? You've already filed the marriage papers? After 2 months of cheating? Yep, did it this morning. We're officially married now. Isn't it romantic? After dating for only 2 months while he was still with me? Had to lock him down before someone else could steal him. I got my golden ticket. Cry all you want. I'm not giving him back. He's mine now. Forever. Oh dear. My condolences. I can't believe you've already registered the marriage. Now you're truly one with him, committed to his gambling-style management. I actually respect your courage. What do you mean, gambling-style management? What are you trying to say? Stop being cryptic. Nothing really, just thinking out loud about your wonderful future together. No, tell me what you mean. What's wrong with his management? Why are you smirking through text? I'm just sympathizing with my sister who made an impulsive, foolish choice, marrying a debt manufacturing machine just because he's a private practice doctor. You really have my condolences. Wait, debt manufacturing machine? You mean Thomas? Who else would I mean? Your beloved husband? The catch you just had to lock down? What are you trying to say? Is something wrong with the clinic? You need to tell me. Oh, suddenly you want my opinion? Now you want to listen? Just tell me. You're scaring me. Look, I respect Thomas in my own way. Becoming a doctor is impressive, and his determination to start a private practice was admirable. But he's a doctor, not a business expert. Yet he's overconfident, and the situation is pretty dire. How dire are we talking about? Like, a little debt? That's normal for businesses, right? I told you, he's a debt manufacturing machine. He generates new debt just by breathing. What? What do you mean he generates debt by breathing? Private practice doctors have to furnish everything from scratch, the building, equipment, everything. That requires substantial loans, and loans are just debt by another name. And the interest keeps piling up, day after day. I know that much, but Thomas has been in practice for 2 years now. He must be gradually paying off the loans and should be turning a profit soon. Right? Please tell me I'm right. Actually, the losses keep mounting every single month. What? Really? But how? He seemed so confident. Did you even ask about his business before marrying him? He said everything was fine. He said the clinic was doing great. He showed me the pictures of all the fancy equipment. Of course he did. Equipment bought with loans. Just tell me what's going on. I have a right to know. How bad is it, really? There are hospitals everywhere in town. These days, hospitals compete for patients. Location makes a huge difference in patient numbers and profits. But Thomas, without thinking it through, took over a failed clinic's location. He thought it was great because construction costs would be lower. There was probably a reason it failed in the first place. What reason? Tell me! Did you even visit his clinic? Not yet. We usually meet elsewhere. He said he was too busy to show me around. Of course you haven't. You married a man whose workplace you've never seen. So what happened? Why isn't the clinic doing well? After opening the clinic, we discovered there were several popular family practices in the neighborhood. Of course, Thomas's clinic gets very few patients. Barely any, actually. Some days, none at all. Can't he just advertise more, like on TV or something? With what money? Where do you think advertising money comes from? He must have some savings. All gone into the clinic. Every last penny. But with fewer patients, there's no profit. The clinic is new and clean with modern equipment. Why isn't anyone coming? It just doesn't make sense. Modern equipment doesn't matter if people don't trust the clinic, if they don't even know it exists. But Thomas is a good doctor and he went to a good school. We had decent patient numbers at first, but Thomas hired minimal staff to cut costs. Even with modern equipment, the wait times are long, billing is slow, and everyone went back to their regular doctors. Now we hardly get any returning patients or new ones. It's pretty hopeless. You're kidding. This can't be happening. Did you think running a medical practice was just about treating patients? Did you think it was all glamour and money? Well, that's what it looked like in the dramas. I tried to express my concerns, but he'd get angry, saying amateurs shouldn't interfere. Then he'd turn around and say things like, "When we're married, you'll help me as my wife, right?" Help? How? What kind of help? I froze when he suggested his wife should work for free. We could never have a proper conversation about marriage. Working for free? No way. Wait, what do you mean work for free? Like helping out sometimes? Reception, billing, scheduling, cleaning. Every day, all day. I thought a private practice doctor's wife just lives luxuriously every day. Are you saying I have to work? Like, actually work? At the clinic? Welcome to reality. Your new life as a clinic worker. But that's not what I signed up for. I can't do reception. I don't know how to do billing. You'll probably be free once the practice gets on track, but until then, you'll just be convenient free labor. How long will it take until it gets on track? Like a few weeks? A month? At this rate, never. The debt just keeps growing. No way. This isn't happening. That's why I truly respect your choice, supporting him as a doctor's wife, helping out, enduring all his unreasonable demands and the mounting losses. Making such a commitment with full awareness, that's really impressive.
Please, Sarah, you need to help me. My clinic is about to go under.
Thomas, why are you contacting me? Shouldn't you be talking to your wife?
But you're the only one who understands the situation.
What about your wife? Your supportive, understanding wife?
Please, just listen.
What now? More debt won't make much difference at this point. You're already drowning in it.
It's worse than the debt. I can't work as a doctor anymore.
What? What are you talking about?
Something happened. Something bad.
What did you do? What could be worse than the debt?
I was trying so hard to stabilize the clinic's finances that I was only sleeping 1 hour a day. Then I fell asleep while driving.
Don't tell me you had an accident. Are you injured and can't see patients? Is that why you can't work?
No, I only had minor injuries, but I rear-ended the car in front of me, and when the driver got out, I panicked and just drove away.
What? Running away is the worst thing you could do. Are you insane? What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking straight. I was exhausted. I just reacted.
Clearly, you made everything so much worse.
I know that, but I panicked in the moment. I went back right away, but the police were already there. Because I committed a hit and run, they suspended my medical license.
You went back? How long after?
Yes, but it was too late. Maybe 30 minutes.
Medical license suspension? What is that exactly? How long does it last?
It means I'm banned from practicing medicine. Sometimes it's just a few months or half a year, but because of the hit and run, my suspension is for 1.5 years.
1.5 years? You can't practice at all?
I can't practice medicine at all during that time. I can't see any patients. I can't prescribe anything. Nothing.
Oh my, that sounds really serious. But maybe it's good in a way. You've been overworking yourself for quite a while, so you can take time to rethink your business strategy. I'm sure you're mentally exhausted too. It's good to take the opportunity to rest.
How is this possibly good? I'm the only doctor at my clinic. What happens to the clinic if I can't see patients?
Well, then I guess you'll have to close temporarily, which might be better than running yourself into the ground.
But we're already in the red! We still have equipment payments and bank loans to repay! Closing means 0 income for 1.5 years! It's hopeless! The loans don't stop, the interest doesn't stop!
Did you tell Rachel about all of this? Does your wife know?
Not yet. I don't know how. She'll definitely freak out.
Why not hire another doctor to cover for you? That way you could keep the practice running. Don't you have any friends or colleagues you could ask? Maybe get several to work part-time?
I thought of that too, but the thing is, all my former classmates from school just hate me. None of them will help when I contact them.
What? Why? Do they hate you? What did you do?
Well, before I opened my practice, I was kind of arrogant. I made fun of friends who joined university hospitals, saying I had the guts to open my own practice and would become rich. I called them spineless cowards.
Wow, you were really awful. And now you need their help.
I know that now. I was just stupid.
Have you tried apologizing? Actually apologizing?
They won't even answer my calls. I've tried messaging them. They've all blocked me. Even if I tried hiring other doctors, I'd have to pay them well, but that would just increase our losses. We can't afford market rate.
Then you should probably just close the practice for good, to cut your losses.
But what about the debt? The debt doesn't go away even if I close. I don't know what to do anymore. Please, help me somehow. I'm so desperate. You're the only one who can help me.
Sorry, that's not my problem. I'm a stranger to you now. Work hard with your beloved wife.
Sarah, please, you're the only one who understands the business side.
Should have thought about that before cheating on me, before betraying me.
I know I made a mistake, a huge mistake.
Several mistakes, actually. Quite a collection of them.
I know I don't deserve your help, but I don't know what else to do.
Correct. You don't deserve my help.
But I'm desperate right now. I need you, please.
Talk to your wife. I'm sure she'll understand since you two are so in love.
Sarah!
Goodbye, Thomas.
No, please don't go.
You made your choice. Now just live with it. This is the worst, sis. He's going to close the clinic. Then we'll have nothing but debt. This isn't the newlywed life I signed up for. I'm divorcing him. Did you know about this? About his license being suspended? Oh, after all that trouble to get married, you're splitting up already? What happened to true love? You knew this would happen. You knew everything. Rachel, I did try to warn you multiple times, but you just wouldn't listen. But you could have tried harder. You could have told me about the debt, about the failing clinic. Like you tried hard not to steal my boyfriend. Like you tried to be a decent sister. This isn't about that anymore. This is serious. This is my life we're talking about. And betraying your sister wasn't serious? That was my life that you were playing with. If I stay, I'll just get dragged into his debt hell. But if I divorce him, I can escape. This debt is his, after all. Yeah, it shouldn't have anything to do with his ex-wife. I can just walk away, start fresh. Planning your escape already? Well, that didn't take long. Don't mock me. This is my future we're talking about. I can't be poor. I'm not made for poverty. I've heard about that. You're right that debt isn't subject to division of assets, so Thomas's debt would remain his alone after divorce. You wouldn't be obligated to repay anything. That's what you're hoping for, right? Yes! Then divorce is my only option. I need to file right away. But it's different if you're a joint guarantor. Are you sure about that? Did you check the papers you signed? Huh? What do you mean? A joint guarantor? Did you read what you signed? Any of it? What are you talking about? You're scaring me, sis! Even after the divorce, if you're a joint guarantor, you're still responsible for repayment. You should check that before divorcing. Did you sign as a guarantor for any of his debts? Rachel, I need you to think carefully. I don't know. There were just so many papers. You're telling me that you don't know what you signed? You just signed whatever he put in front of you? There were so many papers. But wait. I remember now. When I signed the papers, I did also sign some guarantor documents. Oh no, what should I do, sis? Please help me. What? You signed without reading? Thomas said that as his wife I had to sign them, that he wouldn't marry me unless I signed. What choice did I have? I wanted to get married. I thought it was just a formality. You had the choice to not steal your sister's boyfriend. You had the choice to actually read what you were signing. This isn't the time for that. I need your help. When is the time? When should we talk about your betrayal? I need help. What do these guarantor papers mean? How much trouble am I in? You can't blame anyone but yourself. You chose to become a joint guarantor when you signed those papers. You're free to divorce him or not, but you can't escape from the debt. You're legally bound to it now. No, there has to be a way to get out of this. I'll hire a lawyer. No lawyer can help you now. No way. What am I supposed to do? I can't live in debt. How should I know? I'm done with both of you. We have no connection anymore. You made your bed, now lie in it. Don't be like that. We're still sisters. Family is forever. Are we? Is that what sisters do to each other? Betray them? Don't be so cold. Your cute little sister is in trouble. How can you just abandon me? I need you, sis. Please help me. What's cute about a sister who steals her sister's boyfriend? I don't want to know you anymore. I don't even want to think of you as my sister, so stop contacting me. We're done. What? You don't mean that. Yes, I do. I've never meant anything more. But we're family. You can't just cut me off. Family doesn't do what you did. Family doesn't betray each other. I made a mistake. I admit it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Even our parents were disgusted by your marriage. Well, then I'm done here. Enjoy your dream life as a private practice doctor's wife. It's exactly what you wanted, isn't it? Sarah, please wait. Goodbye, Rachel. Don't do this to me. I need my sister. Blocked. Thomas's clinic closed shortly after. Including bank loans, the debt amounted to about $1 million. Rachel tried several times to remove herself as a joint guarantor, but was rejected. Unable to divorce, they're both working to repay the debt little by little. Since Thomas can't practice medicine, they're both working multiple part-time jobs to manage the payments. They reportedly survive on discarded convenience store meals, crying together and saying, "This isn't how it was supposed to be."
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey Selena, are you there? I wanted to talk to you about Julie's wedding. You see, I think I'd actually like you to stay home and take care of things while I go. In fact, I'm actually going to be going with my ex-wife.
Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about?
Well, it's just that she's Julie's real mom and you're not. I just think it would be better if her and I went and you stayed home.
But, I mean, you can't just ask me to do this out of nowhere. Besides, that woman might be Julie's biological mother, but I am her parent. I have been raising that girl for the past 20 years that we've been together. You can't just tell me that you're going to be giving my seat to your ex?
I don't know what else you want me to say. I was talking to Ruth and she said that she really wants to be there. And ever since Julie announced that she was getting married, Ruth has been even more vocal about being there at the wedding. And I think it would be pretty awkward if we try to give both you a space there, don't you think? So please, can you just stay at home that day?
How can you even suggest something like that? Why should I have to stay at home? If anyone should be missing from Julie's wedding day, it's Ruth. Are you forgetting that after she gave birth, she abandoned you with Julie? And after that, you're just going to let her waltz into the wedding and pretend to be a mother again?
Okay, now hold on just a second. I really don't think that you're being fair to Ruth at all. I mean, like it or not, she did carry and give birth to Julie. And I think that means we owe her at least a little bit of our respect, don't you?
No, actually, I do not think that we owe her even a single ounce of respect.
Helena, please. I really think that you're being unreasonable. Yes, you might have raised Julie for basically all her life. But are you really going to tell me that that's worth more than being someone's actual biological parent? Think of it this way. The whole reason you were able to raise Julie in the first place is because Ruth did what she did. So in a way, you kind of owe her, don't you think? I know that you think you've dedicated the last 20 years of your life to Julie, but don't let that get you carried away.
Carried away? Are you kidding me right now, Richard? Why are you even defending Ruth right now? I remember that when you and I first got together, all you would ever do is complain about Ruth.
Well, that was then and this is now. And the fact of the matter is that I think that Ruth deserves to see her daughter get married. Just like any parent should for their children. She even wrote a letter for Julie that she wants to give to her on her wedding day. She was crying when she was telling me about her plan to give it to her.
You're still not telling me how you can just forgive her for all of this.
I know that Ruth wronged Julie and I. She betrayed us and I get that. But I think that she's really changed her ways. She called me the moment she heard that Julie was getting married and I can hear the tears in her voice. She's not the same woman that she used to be. I know it.
Hold on just a second here. Why is she calling you so often about this? Have you two been meeting in person?
Well, after she called me, I did ask her out to lunch just because it had been so long. And then lately, we've been going out drinking too.
Excuse me? When were you going to tell me any of this?
I wasn't really thinking about it. All I could think about was how much prettier Ruth has gotten over the years. So now we've been keeping in contact mostly to coordinate stuff about the wedding. But did you know that Ruth still isn't remarried? I guess she just never got over leaving Julie and I. That's how I know that she really meant what she was telling me.
I don't get it, Richard. Are you telling me that after all this time, you've rediscovered feelings for your ex-wife?
I'm just glad that you said it so that I wouldn't have to. But it's true. My heart has already decided. So I think it would be best if we just ended our marriage now so that I could get back together with Ruth and put our family back together. But don't worry, I'll never forget all the good times that we had together.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do this to me?
Well, I'm just thinking that this would be best for Julie. Besides, Ruth promised not to cheat on me anymore and that she would be loyal for the rest of her life. I think the timing of this is all a sign that this is the right thing to do. That's why we're going to get married and have a second chance at our life.
I don't even know what to say to you right now. You've been secretly going out with your ex-wife? Then you tell me that I should give up my seat to Ruth for Julie's wedding. And now you're telling me that you want a divorce so that you can marry Ruth again? Do you have any idea just how much of an idiot you're being?
I really am sorry for where this leaves you, Selena. But even Julie thinks that Ruth and I should get back together. She said, I hope you two have a nice life when I told her about it. So you see, she's really happy for the two of us.
I don't believe it. Did Julie really tell you two to have a nice life?
Of course she did. You don't think that she's happy to be getting her real mom back after all these years? And what's more, to have both of them at her wedding watching her proudly? Honestly, if that isn't enough to make you agree to all of this, then I don't know what to say.
Are you kidding me right now?
Look, I'm in love with Ruth, and we're getting back together. She is going to be at Julie's wedding and not you, so don't bother showing up.
Okay, fine then.
Oh, and by the way, I have some divorce papers that we should sign once I'm back home.
Oh, trust me, we couldn't get divorced fast enough to make me happy. I dedicated the last 2 decades of my life to you and Julie. I can't believe that you both betray me like this, but if this is what you want, then don't let me stand in your way.
Thank you so much for your understanding. I knew that you would if we just talked this out.
Hey, Julie, I just want to let you know that your father and I are getting a divorce. I'm very sad that I won't be at your wedding, but I really do wish you all the joy and happiness in the world. I also transferred some money to your bank account as a little wedding present. I hope you have a wonderful life, Julie. Wait, what? Mom, what are you talking about? You and Dad are getting a divorce? What's going on? Did something happen? Did the two of you get into a fight or something like that? What do you mean, Julie? Your dad told me that you were already informed about this. Don't you know that he's getting back together with Ruth, your birth mother? That's why he and I are breaking up. He's doing what? This is the first that I'm hearing about any of this at all. Wait, really? Are you sure? Your dad told me that he had talked to you about this. He told me that you were very supportive of him getting back together with Ruth. He said that I was supporting him getting back together with Ruth? When did this happen? Did he really think that I'd ever approve of this? Mom, I have no idea what's going on here at all, but I want you to know that it isn't how like you're saying at all. I'm confused then. What is going on? Well, Dad actually called me not that long ago to talk about his plans after I get married. Well, he told me that he was going to be selling the house and moving into a condo with Mom. Then he asked me what I thought of that, and I told him that it was a great idea and that I wish you two all the best. But that whole time, he only used the word Mom. So obviously, I assumed that he was talking about the two of you. He never mentioned Ruth even once. I see. But then what does this mean? What is even going on? Are you telling me you had no idea that your dad was getting back together with Ruth? Well, I guess that means you don't know that she's planning on being at your wedding too, right? Excuse me? She better not be. Is that why you wouldn't be coming to my wedding? Because my dad was trying to replace you with her? Your dad was telling me that I guess Ruth has some letter she wrote that she's been wanting to give you. I don't even want to even see the envelope that's holding that letter. Why would I want anything to do with a woman that cheated on my dad and left us? I can't believe that he would want anything to do with her either. I don't know. I guess he said that she's really changed over the years. He said that she's only gotten prettier with time. I guess he just fell back in love with her. After all, Ruth was your father's first love, you know. Even so, if my dad is letting a woman like Ruth fool him, then he's just being stupid. You're the only mom I need. You were the woman who raised me for the past 20 years. How could Dad ever think I'd want otherwise? Oh, Julie, thank you so much for saying all of that. It makes me feel so much better. Well, just know that I'm going to do something about this, so you have nothing to worry about, and you will be getting an invitation when I have the dates down. You are going to be the only mom at my wedding.
Selena, are you there? Please, you have to take me back. Let's get married again. I've signed my portion of the wedding certificate, so now I just need your signature.
What in the world are you talking about? What happened to you and Ruth?
We're not going to be getting married anymore. She ran away from me right before we were supposed to sign the marriage papers.
She ran away? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I think that she was cheating on me again. How could I ever have believed her? Actually, I know that she was cheating on me because I caught her texting several other men.
Was she really?
That's right. Not only that, but she was talking to someone slated to take over his family's company. I guess when she found that out, she figured to cut her losses with me.
I see. So basically you're saying that your actions have finally come around to bite you.
Please, I never should have divorced you. I was fooled by Ruth's crocodile tears, but they were all just lies. You have to forgive me for this. I was fooled. Can't you see that? I'm a victim here too.
Are you seriously trying to call yourself a victim in this?
Now, I understand why you might be mad about this, but I really hope you can see how I'm not to blame for this at all. You're not actually going to let 20 years of being together go to waste, are you? Let's just go home and be a family again. We can even go as a couple to Julie's wedding. What do you think?
I think that you're a bit late for that since we're in the middle of the wedding now.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that the wedding is going on right now and I'm here as Julie's mother. Even the rest of your family is here. Everyone but you, that is.
I don't get it. What's going on here? What do you mean the wedding is going on right now? Julie's wedding isn't supposed to be today?
Oh, I'm afraid it is. I'm here looking at how beautiful Julie looks in her wedding dress. Everyone here is crying tears of joy, just so happy to see her.
Wait, but this can't be right. I haven't heard of Julie setting a date for a wedding. I haven't even gotten an invitation. Are you telling me that Julie is getting married and she didn't even invite me?
I wonder if that might have something to do with you not being her dad at all.
What is that supposed to mean? Of course I'm her father. She's my daughter. She's my flesh and blood.
You still don't get it, do you? Family is so much more than genetics. I thought you would have figured that out by now. Does the fact that Julie calls me mom mean nothing to you?
What are you getting out?
And in that same vein, she doesn't think of you as her father one bit. In the past 20 years, you've barely been a parent to her at all.
Oh no, this is really bad. I have to get a hold of Julie right away. This can't be happening. I'm her father. There's no way that I'm gonna miss my daughter's wedding. Maybe she just forgot to send me one. There's no way that she wouldn't invite me to something as big as this.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to do all of this later. We're all in the middle of her wedding. If you bothered her about this, it would only ruin her day, so why can't you just give her this day?
But that would mean missing my own daughter's wedding. This can't be happening. I have to get there right now.
Do you even know where the wedding is happening? Look, I really don't have time for this. I'm here to enjoy Julie's wedding. So just accept that Julie has decided on her own who her parents are. Hey, Mom. I just wanted to thank you again so much for today. I was really nervous, but seeing you there for me was a huge help. And thank you so much for inviting me to your beautiful wedding. I was just touched the whole time. And I promise to always treasure this letter you've written me. It was all beautiful. I'm really glad that you liked it, Mom. Anyways, my friends and I are going to be going out soon, so I guess we'll talk later, right? Sorry, just one more thing before you go. I really recommend you turn off your phone before going out. I just know that your dad is going to try and get a hold of you to talk about all of this. Oh, trust me, I've noticed. He's been blowing up my phone for hours now. I guess it sounds like things didn't work out so well with him and Ruth, right? He even told me that you told him you didn't want to marry him even though he offered. Well, of course I wouldn't want to marry a man like him again after all of this. And I don't blame you. I even told Dad as much. In fact, I told him that after today, I'd never ever talk to him again. You mean you're just going to cut your dad out of your life? Of course. He's hardly been a parent to me, especially compared to you. And I wouldn't want the man who treated you the way he did in my life any longer. Well, I guess that means that your dad really is going to be all alone after this. You know, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I can't even come up with a good memory I have with Dad. And of course, I'm sorry that he was cheated on by Ruth, but I think he was always using that as an excuse for his behavior. And I know that because of that, he made your life much more difficult when it came to being married and raising me. But even before he married you, life wasn't easy for me with him anyways. Wait, really? You mean that even before I came, your dad wasn't doing a good job of raising you? He would always have my hair cut so short, and when I asked him why, it's because he said if I had it any longer, it reminded him too much of Ruth. And he was always picking out clothes that he said Mom would never wear that I should. He basically tried to control my life because he hadn't gotten over what Ruth did to him. I see. Well, I don't think I had any idea of that at all. And I guess even 20 years later, he still wasn't over her. I would have thought that having a new family would have meant that he'd moved on, but I guess not. Really, he was just waiting for Ruth to come back into his life so he could drop everything and be with her. Julie, I'm so sorry for all that you've had to go through, even when you were little before I met you. But you did so much for me. You let me get whatever haircut I wanted and helped me figure out my own sense of fashion. You treated me the way a real parent should. And now I know that you're the only real parent that I've ever had. So I hope that I've been half as good the daughter to you as you've been the mother to me. Oh, sweetie, well, I don't know what to say, except of course, you're my family and you always will be. I love you, Mom, so much. But my friends are asking when we're going to be leaving for the after party, so I think I really do have to go now. We'll talk soon, though, and thanks again for everything. After that, I heard through the grapevine that Richard went through with his plan to sell the house. Of course, now he had no one to move in with. Ultimately, he ended up going to live with his parents, but that didn't last long as they realized housing Richard would mean not seeing Julie anymore. They told Richard that he had screwed up his family, but that he shouldn't try and screw up theirs. Richard was only allowed to stay with them for a week before being asked to move out. Even after he moved out, his parents were still giving him flack about letting things with Julie deteriorate to the point that she wouldn't even invite him to her wedding. After that, I heard he moved to a new town and is trying to start a whole new life where nobody knows him. As for Ruth, it turns out her new man was nothing but a fraud and that his business collapsed not long after their marriage. I hear that Ruth is still with this man, trapped by the debt and scared to leave. Julie enjoyed the rest of her wedding night and even went on a lovely honeymoon trip with her new husband. The whole time she was there, she was sending me lots of pictures and messages. I told her not to forget to enjoy her trip while she was on it. While she was away, I moved into an apartment by myself. When she returned, Julie came to visit me and we had a belated housewarming party. She told me all about her trip and we didn't say a word about her father.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hey, Danny. Have you been getting bullied by that mother-in-law of yours again? I heard about it from Mom, but that's too crazy, right? I never thought that she'd start to even call Mom and Dad's house like that. I'm sorry, she must be causing all kinds of trouble for you both now, too. She really is. Because you can't seem to make any children, she's now started to call us all the time and complain about you. Mom was crying her eyes out after that last call with her. She was telling Mom that her daughter was never raised correctly and that you are nothing more than a faulty product now. My husband and I not having luck making kids in my family have nothing to do with one another. That right there is taking things a bit too far. But hey, your in-laws getting that upset about you right now is something that can't be helped. You've been married to their son for 5 years now, right? Yet for some reason you guys have still not had any kids at all. If anything, I'm starting to feel bad for the rest of the family now. What? How about you give me a try with your husband, Mike? Unlike you, I'm still very young and healthy. I'm sure I'd be able to get pregnant on the first try with him. Then not only would Mike and his mother be happy, but so would the rest of our family. Would you stop talking about that? That's not even funny if you meant it as a joke. Handing over my husband to my little sister? What? I was actually being quite serious about that, though. What did you say? I mean, your husband is a really good-looking man, right? And when it comes to his family, they're realtors who all have a lot of land and money right now. I would love to be like you, turning into a housewife that doesn't have to do anything besides enjoy herself with all that money. I haven't been enjoying myself here, though. Mike has told me that because I can't seem to get pregnant at all, he's no longer giving me any more money. Right now, he's not paying for anything of mine at all, so I've had to start using up a lot of my savings. And on top of that, I'm having to talk with my mother-in-law at least once per day, listening to her screaming at me. Wow. It's like you're actually having to go through hell right now. Then wouldn't it be best for you to give me Mike right now? I'm much more likely than you to get pregnant, and if that's not selling my point here, I'm also cuter than you. I might seriously go out and steal him from you right now if you're not thinking about handing him over. Excuse me? I'm at that point now where I'm going around looking for a man of my own to marry now. But so far I haven't found the type that I'd like to settle down with for the rest of my life. Actually, the only one who's my type so far is Mike. Your type? Mike is your older sister's husband, though, Kelly. That doesn't mean anything to me. If I were to actually try with him, it would only take me a second to win him over and into my arms. But having to watch your husband leave you for your little sister is rough, right? That's why I think it would be best for you to ask for a divorce right now before that has to happen. Huh? That's me being kind to you as your little sister. It's not like you're ever going to bear any children for him, right? I think a useless woman like yourself who can't even do her biological job should just get lost. And then let me have the seat next to him as his wife. I can't believe you're saying things like that to your older sister right now. Right now, I'm not in the mood to even talk with you anymore. For the time being, leave all of this be and leave me alone.
Hey, Danny. Rejoice! I went and got the divorce paperwork from the courthouse. I'm freeing myself from you now, so make sure you sign those pronto.
What?
I'm coming home right now. You get your best pen ready to sign these for me. When I'm home, you just sign away until I say stop.
Hold on a second, Mike. Why are you wanting to get a divorce now like this?
Because it's been so long now, yet you still have not gotten pregnant after all the attempts I've made? It's been 5 years and you still haven't given me a child. After taking a second to really think about things, I came to the conclusion that I need to get rid of you.
No way.
And let me just say this divorce is for your sake. So go ahead and thank me for all this.
What did you say?
I had no other choice but to do this because I felt so bad for you. Because you haven't been able to get anywhere in terms of making a kid. You've had to be blamed by everyone in my family. Seeing the woman I love being made fun of and picked on by everyone has really started to get to me. I don't want to see it anymore. That is why I'm getting this divorce for you. This is a divorce bound in love. That is coming from my soft and caring heart.
What the hell has gotten into you, Mike? Did you slip and hit your head on something today? You have never been that kind of a person with me before, right?
Excuse me?
Out of all the times your mom has come and picked on me, not once did you step in to help me out. If anything, you were always joining in with her to help make fun of me and make me feel terrible. You would call me useless and garbage for not getting pregnant, and that's why you stopped ever paying for any of my needs? It's a bit strange that you'd want to be getting a divorce now for my sake of all things. Something is really fishy here, Mike.
What about all this is fishy to you? It couldn't be helped that my parents made fun of you and I had to join them. They were both upset of you because they worried about me. It'll be completely screwed up for me to get upset with them for caring about me, right?
Hold on. Whatever happened to you protecting your wife as the husband?
Also, when it came to the money, I did that for your sake as well. I was trying to make it look like you could take care of your own costs, alright? And that way, my mom might have thought twice about you before getting upset again, right? I stopped paying for all your needs in order to make you look like a good wife.
Huh?
To me, you have been the most loving woman I've ever been with. But that's the reason why I want to become free of you. Me allowing you to get away from my angry parents is my way of showing my love for you.
Okay then. If you're saying something like that about this, then I can understand. You and I can get a divorce now.
Seriously?
But could you give me a bit more time to get myself ready to leave? I want to take a day or two to make sure that you haven't been cheating on me or anything.
What? Why would you want to look into something like that? I would never cheat on you, would I? The only woman I've ever loved is you, Danny.
That's what I'd love to think, but I'm not believing that anymore. After all the times I'd been picked on by your mom and dad, yet was never protected by you? After all those times you joined them in laughing and making fun of me? And after all those times you would never come with me to the doctors to try and work on fixing this whole issue we've been having? You becoming all kind towards me like this, something does not sit right with me at all, and I will not trust you just yet. I think there might be another reason, the real reason, behind why you're pushing for a divorce from me now of all times.
Excuse me?
Are you sure you're not with another woman right now? And you're wanting to be with her now, hence the sudden desire for a divorce from me? Perhaps that's why you're getting a bit worked up now? You don't want me to find out about you cheating on me this whole time, or else this divorce will become more of a pain in the ass for you, right? You've been wanting to get this divorce as quickly as possible so that you could walk away with all your money.
Do I really look like the kind of man with all those kind of schemes? I get that things are a bit stressful for you right now, but I have always loved you and not anybody else.
Well, if you really haven't been cheating on me, then me taking a look into it shouldn't be a problem for you at all, right? All you have to do is sit back and wait for me to be ready. Yet for some reason, you really are breaking a sweat right now over this. Why is that, Mike?
I'm not breaking a sweat over any of this.
If you're really as kind as you're saying you've been, then you'll understand why I'm wanting to do this, right? You'll allow me to look into things until I'm satisfied with the answer, right? Now, I'm off to start looking into all of this to find an answer that I'm satisfied with, so give me some time, please. After that, we can get the divorce. Going out of your way to look into what Mike's been up to is so annoying. Just hurry the hell up and sign those divorce papers already. You've always been such a troublesome woman for Mike, and that's the exact reason he's abandoning you, dumbass. Coming at me like that for no reason at all is a bit of a shock. What exactly do you want to say to me? You were told yesterday that you'd be getting a divorce from Mike, right? But in the end, you started to suspect that he's been cheating on you with someone else, right? Well, your gut was right. He has been with another woman, and that woman just so happens to be me. How's that? Are you happy with this answer now? I kind of figured that would be the outcome, but coming out with all that before I even got down to investigating him? I had to, because you're being such a pain in the ass, all right? I knew that you'd figure it out soon enough, so it was just quicker to tell you the truth and move on with it. It's best for us to just pay you a settlement so that we can get moving with our marriage. I suppose you're right. Telling me like that actually helps me out a lot as well. But could you please tell me why you started to go out with my husband behind my back like that? He is your older sister's husband, of all people. I told you before, right? I want to become the wife of a rich man and have a life filled with money. And that requires me to have a man that can make that happen for me. Well, aren't there plenty of other rich men in this city you could go out with? I mean, we're living in LA, so it's not that hard to find men with loads of money. But when it comes to men with money, they're usually all married, right? I don't mind taking them away from their wives, but having to deal with the aftermath is always a pain. I wanted to avoid all of that, hence the idea I had. If I were to steal one of my family members' husbands from them, they wouldn't get as upset with me, right? Huh? And then when it comes to you and Mike, your relationship has gone sour over you not being able to provide his family with a kid. Actually, there are so many people who will be happy over me taking him from you. So you used that kind of a BS excuse to steal my husband away from me? I opened up about what's been going on here, so hurry up and get that divorce from him now. Right now, I have his child in my belly, so I need to hurry up and get married with him before said baby comes out. What did you just say? Kelly, you're pregnant right now? Keep this a secret from Mike, all right? I want to surprise him, so please don't tell him or anyone else. Are you really pregnant right now? There has to be some kind of a mistake there, Kelly. There's no way that's the case, right? I made sure to go to the doctor's office and have them test and confirm it for me. And if you still don't believe me, I have the paperwork from that visit, which I can show you. No way. I knew that younger women always got pregnant quicker and more effectively than you old hags. I'm so much better than you are. I see. Then I suppose I really do need to get this divorce now. Kids have to have their parents around after all. You really tried your hardest to get pregnant, but never ever could, right? I'm so sorry that I went and got pregnant with my brother-in-law like that. But once I have this baby of ours, you're still going to come out to spoil them as their aunt, right? Sure, and congratulations. Oh, you're trying to act all tough now is hilarious. Especially when I know you're not happy about any of this one bit. Now, please get that divorce right now for me. Thank you for getting that divorce from Mike so quickly for me. Because of that, he and I were able to hand in the marriage papers just a second ago. And with that, starting today, I am Mike's wife. I am the wife of a well-off man who will provide everything for me. Congrats, Kelly. Your dream of having to do nothing at all and live in luxury has come true. And the baby inside me is doing great as well. I'll make sure to show you them first when they're born. Mike's and my angelic little baby. I'm really pleased that you would do that for me, but you really don't have to show that baby to me. I really don't want to see the baby you had with some random man from who knows where. Huh? Also, there's one other thing I wanted to congratulate you on. Congrats on getting another man to take care of your kid for you. What? Are you going to talk with Mike before you have that baby? Or do you plan to hide all of that from him forever? Well, whichever one you choose, you'll be living in hell either way. Wait a second, Danny. What the hell are you going on about right now? Why would you say something as rude as that to a soon-to-be mother like me? I'm not using Mike to be my child's father. Mike is the father of this baby. But how else did you end up getting pregnant then if it wasn't with another man? He has a sperm cell count of 0, so there is no possible way you could have gotten pregnant because of him. Huh? He has a sperm cell count of 0? What? You're telling me that Mike, he can't make babies? Yes, that's right. I had a doctor go ahead and take a look at him the last time we went together. And the doctor found out that he literally has nothing in his junk. That was pretty much the doctor saying to him that there was no way he'd ever be able to have kids of his own. Well, there was one way, but that required Mike to have to go through some treatments to help boost his sperm cell count. Huh? You're lying to me, right? There's no way he's infertile. Because right now, I'm pregnant with his baby. There's no way this baby could be another man's. Oh? So you have an idea now of who that baby's real father might be? No. Wait. This all has to be a joke, right? A lie. Because even if I do remember someone, it was only a one-night stand of all things. I just ran into a friend of mine from back in high school was all. For that to have gotten me pregnant with this baby I'm carrying now? I guess you being young does mean you can get pregnant relatively easily. Just like you were telling me before, right? No, wait. There's no way this could be happening right now. There's no way that old friend of mine could ever be a good father to any kids. Well, trying to force a man that can never have kids to become a father is far worse, right? But right now that old friend doesn't have a job. In the past, he was this really hot-looking guy that I loved so much, but all he ever did was join a band that isn't doing so well, and he's turned out into this not-so-good-looking guy. There's no way I could be having a kid with a man like that. I just became the wife of a rich man as well. Being pregnant with the child of another man right after you just got married makes me feel pretty sorry for Mike now. Wait a second, Danny. If you knew that he was never going to be able to get me pregnant, why did you wait until right now to tell me that? Something as important as that should have been told to me the moment I started talking to you about Mike. Oh, but that would have been so boring. What? You really thought that I'd just let the two bozos that stabbed me in the back run off and have a lovely marriage together? Absolutely not, Kelly. That's why I didn't say anything else to you. Him being infertile should have been something you knew ahead of getting married to him. But Mike would have never been able to tell you that, though, because I never told him what that doctor told me. What? So not even Mike knows that he's infertile right now? He never wanted to talk about working with me to fix not being able to have a baby, and it took me a year to finally get him in to see a doctor. Considering how perfect he thinks that he is, even if I'd told him about his 0 sperm cell count, he would have never believed me. If anything, he would have gotten upset with me over that, and that's why I never told him anything. No way. And when it came to his parents, the both of them would often tell me that it's embarrassing to go out and get help for being infertile. They would give me all these absurd reasons as to why it was embarrassing, and then would never let me talk about it with them at all. If there was no way his parents would let either one of us get treatments for it, what's the point of telling Mike that he's the infertile one? I was told by the doctor that based on the condition of Mike's testicles, the only way he would be able to impregnate me is with some medical intervention. I'm sure that's probably the case, but for this to... What should I be doing about this right now? I just told Mike about how I'm pregnant with his baby a little bit ago. Oh my. I was waiting until after we got married to surprise him about it, and in my excitement, I told him everything. Oh, why would this happen to me? I can't go telling him now that he's not actually the baby's father at a time like this. Then why not try keeping that a secret from him for the rest of the time? Oh, because that's not happening, because I won't allow it to. What? After having gotten the divorce, I'm no longer afraid of him or his parents anymore. I think I'm going to tell him about how his balls don't work at all right now. What? You're lying. Wait a second. Don't you dare do that. Then choose, Kelly. Would you rather I go and tell him, or you go and explain to him what's happened here? I'll give you a few minutes to decide and send me your answer. Now I'll be off.
This is the freaking worst! To think she'd go out and get pregnant with another man's baby like that. Why the hell do I have to listen to this on the day we got married to one another? What the hell is even happening here? There's no way this could be true.
Wow, she opened up to you about that a lot sooner than I thought she would.
I can't even wrap my head around this. I was so excited to finally be having a baby with her, but then she came to me saying crap like that. What the hell does she mean that the baby inside her isn't mine? And what the hell does she mean by me not having any sperm cells?
If you want to know how that doctor's appointment went, I sent the details to your email. Make sure to take a very close look at all the results.
I'm not screwing around. Why the hell were you keeping such vital information away from me? Why would you bring that up after I got remarried? And right after I was told I was going to have my first baby with Kelly?
This is called my revenge, Mike.
What?
I don't know how many times I asked for you to get help with me so that we could have a baby together, but you always said no. And I don't know how many times I had to be bullied by your mom and dad about it without you ever stepping in to help me. When the doctor came back and told me the results of that test he did on you, I found out that this was never my fault. At that moment, something inside me flipped and I was no longer feeling bad for myself. And from that moment on, I knew that I could use this news about your disability as a trump card against you. I wanted to use it at a time where I could watch you fall apart the hardest.
No way!
And just as I was hoping for, you've really fallen apart after the news hit you.
I've not just fallen apart. Why the hell would you do this to me? Now I'm having to deal with your sister constantly berating me, saying that I have to become this kid's father? She keeps going on about how the baby doesn't have to be related to me by blood for me to be its father. But I can't be asked.
I'm sorry, but I don't really care to sit here and listen to my ex whine and complain about his life right now.
Go screw yourself. I have every right to be complaining like this about everything right now. Kelly? She went and got pregnant with another man before she married me. Think I'm just going to sit around and take this from her when she's absolute trash?
What? Has she been doing other things to you that have been pissing you off?
Ever since I went and said no to becoming that baby's father, she started to lash out at me. And she keeps on blaming me for being the one who's infertile. She tells me that as long as I shut up and deal with reality, everyone else can be happy. And in order to get me stuck between a rock and a hard place, she told my parents that she's carrying my kid.
Really?
Of course, the both of them were so happy to hear such a thing. Even though that the baby in her has nothing to do with this family.
Well, she's really gone and done it to you now. But all you have to do to fix that is go and tell your parents the truth, right? Tell them that it's not your baby and that it has nothing to do with your family at all.
You think I can go saying that to them? If I say something like that to my parents now? They will surely find out that I'm the infertile one.
Ah, I see.
If they both found out that their important son was the one who couldn't get a woman pregnant, do you have any clue how much that would kill them inside? My pride would be in tatters after that.
Well, if you don't do anything at all about this now, then you're going to just end up being the father of another man's child. But if you don't like that and end up talking about you being infertile, then your pride will be in tatters. Those are two very rough options you have to make a choice over, but neither have anything to do with me, so I don't care what you do.
What?
You're going to have yourself one awfully dramatic marriage with Kelly. But please, don't let all of the ups and downs take all the fun out of it. What am I going to do, Danny? His parents have found out about how this baby I'm carrying isn't Mike's, and because of that, they're wanting to get a settlement from me now. What? Then that means Mike went and told the both of them about how he's infertile. I thought he would never be able to bring that up with them, but now both of his parents are pissed off at me. They told me I really did a good one making them have such false hopes of happiness. And now they're saying they're going to force their son and I to get a divorce and then sue me. They're going to get $100,000 from me in that settlement, Danny. That's what I expected from a rich family. They would need a settlement at least 10 times the size of one we'd want to get. Help me, Danny. Do something to get the both of them to stop wanting to get a settlement from me over this. Screw you. I have no intention of helping your selfish ass. Huh? So you're just going to let them force me to pay $100,000? I don't have much in my savings, and I'm currently carrying a baby. I tried to call my old friend about this baby he gave me, yet he won't do anything at all to help me out here. He said he acknowledges that the baby is his, but he doesn't have the money to pay for the child support or anything right now. So you already tried to talk with him about this? You really are a fast-acting girl, aren't you? Please help me. You're the only person I have left to ask for help from. I can't bring something like this up with Mom and Dad. As my sister, you're the only person I can go to. Don't ever call me your sister ever again, please. I no longer think of you as my little sister, nor as my family anymore, Kelly. What? I don't care about someone who thinks it's okay to backstab their own sister. Some people say that women grow even stronger when they become a mother, so you should be able to manage somehow. After that, both Mike and Kelly got a divorce almost immediately. He and his parents ended up only asking for around $30,000 from her, but that was still a lot of money to someone like Kelly. I heard that she had to borrow a lot of money from a loan shark and paid off that settlement in one go. And after all of that was over with, Kelly was able to go back to that baby's real father and get married to him somehow. But of course, her new husband told her that the marriage and the baby could not get in the way of his dream of becoming a superstar with his band. They made a promise about that, and now Kelly is having to work part-time while also taking care of her soon-to-be-born baby. As for what happened with Mike and his family after the divorce was over with, his mom told him that the only option they had left was him getting treated, and both his mom and dad accompanied him to the hospital. However, every time they go there to get his next round of treatments, Mike's mom blows up on the doctor, asking him to hurry up and make her son fertile again, sometimes breaking things in the process. His mom will also go around the neighborhood asking people for recommendations on doctors and medicine that could help her son out. And with every person she goes around talking with about her son's infertility, the more of his pride goes down the drain.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.